Plus, wicked weather hits the tri-states area and residents are left cleaning up the damage.
We begin with severe weather coverage after those storms pounded East Missouri and nearby communities. Good afternoon. Welcome to Live at 4.
News 3's Emily Manley traveled to the hardest hit area. Emily?
After 9 p.m. last night, residents of Maywood, Missouri were told they were under tornado warning. That warning helped people seek shelter, but it did not prevent the devastation left behind. I traveled to Lewis County today to learn about what the families are facing. An EF0 is the weakest tornado possible, but don't let that number fool you. It's destroyed houses, grain bins, and trees.
It looks like a tornado touchdown just off out here in the woods, and then traveled east and hit this house. It looks like EF0 to EF1 damage at this point. We got to go downstream and take a look and make sure that there's any more damage.
Daryl Eisenberg, his daughter, and his brother all live within a half mile. Of the three, his was the only one not affected.
Well, they said there was a warning, and we was watching it, and it got real quiet at the house after some hail, and then all of a sudden my daughter called me and said the tornado had hit here, which is only a half mile away. So
Eisenberg was relieved that when he got to his daughter's house, the only thing destroyed was a grain bin. But that wasn't the case nearly half a mile up the road. The residents of this home had their windows blown out and roof removed. The homeowners did not want to be on camera, but told me the husband was the only one home at the time. He grabbed a couple of water bottles and a banana and headed to the basement. A few minutes later, he heard the roof being torn off and the shattering of windows. He and his family are safe and are working to salvage what they can of their home. The Red Cross was in the area making sure this family and other residents were safe.
We're out doing our disaster response, checking on the people in the community and seeing if there's any help that we can do for them. The houses that we've been to, if they're insured, we don't have to do as much, and the ones that where we are now, they don't have as much damage. They can still live in their houses.
Eisenberg says the town was lucky because the tornado could have been much worse.
Well, of course, she was worried about somebody being hurt, but turned out that nobody was hurt, or injured. And we got a lot of debris we've been cleaning up, but other than that, everything went pretty well, considering,
Caesar King explained that the National Weather Service determined it was a tornado, not just high winds.
With a tornado path, you're looking for a convergent pattern, so that the trees are going to be facing each other. In a downburst or a straight line wind damage, they're going to be spread out in opposite directions. So
now that the tornado has left its mark, families and people of the community are ready to help those in need.
The mud dries up so we can do something. I guess we'll start doing whatever we need to do to clean it up and make it look better, So right now it looks pretty crazy.
There's a grain bin that has to be cleaned up, and so the families and community will get together and work on that.
Awesome. And this is the line that the tornado hit. As you can see, the orange dot on your screen is where that house with no roof hit. And then moving a little bit farther to that green dot, that is where the grain bin was. That was about a mile-long stretch. They expected the tornado was on the ground for that mile. Although people affected may have lost property, personal belongings, and even the roofs over their heads, the people of Maywood say they're grateful for their safety. No one was hurt because of the precautions they took after the warning was issued.